Good morning, fisher people. I'm Nosh from FishOn TV. It is Tuesday, the 22nd of what is it? Of November. Yes, November. Yeah, 22nd of November, and you're joining me at the wonderful Lindholme lakes, and we are fishing beaches because we couldn't get any of the other lakes where you can park behind your peg because they're all booked up with the Bomb and Feeder League. Something that I wish I could have fished this year, but fortunately I fished with boat boys. We're on Beaches Lake. There's plenty of fishing there. There's there's F1s, there's carp, there's tench, and all your other bits and bobs. How good it's going to be, I don't know. It's not my favourite lake, if I had to be honest. I've always caught plenty of fish, but there've been a lot of small ones. I don't know how big those I'd have got since we fished it last year, around about this time. Weight-wise, what we're going to catch, it's a bit of an unknown because it can really produce. But I'm sort of thinking, pretty much like last week, I think. I was a little bit out last week because the way the boys were talking about how prolific it was, but the weather and the fish have decided to fish a little bit different. So I think £50, a decent weight today. You never know, could be a surprise, it could be £100, but I'm sort of thinking round about the sort of 50, maybe 60 if you're lucky. But that'll consist of, I would have thought, mainly F1s and hide, with a few carp chucked in. That's not really kicked in for me. Don't get me wrong, I've caught one or two fish on corn so far, but it's been that warm this year, I don't think the water's been quite clear enough for it to have full effect. Bit of squidgery-do I bought today. Rather bloody expensive for the amount that you get, but if it makes you feel confident about getting a bite, get it bought, folks. So I've bought this time some Sonu Baits Hayes Banoffee. Yes, I like Banoffee. Who doesn't? Right, that's it. Let's get the draw done. I think Mr. Incredible's just turned up. Yes, he has. It's got to be Mr. Incredible, that. Yeah, he's just turned up. Looks like something's hanging off front of his van. Is it him? Is it him? Is it him? Is it him? Yeah. Yes, it is. You can tell because van just lifts up when he gets out. Sorry, Steve. Right, we shall see you at the draw. Let's see where we get drawn. No idea what are the favourite pegs. From what I remember, In the Bowl seems to be the area that everybody talks about. So I don't really know because I've never had a fantastic day. I've caught plenty of fish, but I've never had a fantastic day. So I don't know. The Bowl seems to be the place. Right. We'll sort a few pegs out for codgers for easy walking. My old mate Jeff, bless him. In fact, they're all just turning up now. So let's get to draw. corner.
Look, look, 37, aren't you? Yeah.
I'll do it, so I've got some change, yeah. They got a 5, look. Yeah. Jasmine.
How we doing?
Alright, mate. What happened last week? Yep, school tough.
Ah.
I am. No, it's not the best I can do. Thank you, sir.
Right, no, thank you, Mr. Incredible. Just say hello to the camera on there.
Oh, hello, camera. Mr. Incredible here. I'm going to do incredibly well today. You get incredibly muddy. What an incredible peg. 17.
Yeah.
What do you want? Well, Franny's got 9. What do you want? And that's it, your bag's empty.
Peg 9 will left it back, which is perfect in 41. Nice. Right folks, peg 41, all set up. Pretty shallow. Deepest area I've got is about 3.5 tops. John thinks he's got a bit more over there, but it's pretty much same all the way out. A little bit deep as you go further out. Dead simple setup today, not complicated. I've just chucked the method in because I'm a little bit late because Franny was late. I had to wait for him. I had to get everything paid up and prize money done. But I'm ready now. I've just chucked a little method just down the side here. Just while I have a chat. It's away from where I'm going to be fishing, so I've just plonked it in just while I have a quick chat. Right, I should talk you through what I'm going to do. Top 3 in a short kit down here. That's going to be like a maggot line because I do know that there's eyed and F1s in here. There's carp in here, don't get me wrong. And then 11 metres, a bit further out there, I'm going to fish micro soft pellet, maybe ground bait soft pellet. And over here, even though I have gone for a margin, I've not gone tight in because it's been really cold. So I've gone to the right of the bushes in about 3 foot of water. I'm going to fish micros and corn down there. That's it. Bait, as you can see, micros, sweet corn, ground bait, soft pellets, maggots. There's a fly in there, look. Don't want that in, do we? Maggots, a few little wafters, little wafter changes if I want to go and feed. I'm not planning on doing feeder too much. It's just there in case I get a bit bored. So put a ground bait as a change if I want. I can wet it up, I can do what I want with that. That's perfect for method at the minute. As you can see, just backs back up again. So let me get my pole out, let's start fishing and see if we can get one or two. I've not seen anybody catch a thing just yet, so I'm not missing out. I think it's going to be tough today. Right folks, about 50 minutes in or so, and I've just been trying to suss what's going off, and I've started catching eyed. I was cad potting it in to start with, and I had quite a nice slow falling strung out shot, which I've changed because all I could keep getting was gudgeon and little rudd. I've started, it's typical, it's going to be curse at camera now. Oh, I went under as well then. I've started handballing the maggots in, not loads, and the better eyed have started to show. They're probably the eyed at about 5 or 6 ounce, maybe a little bit more, odd one or two, but typical. Curse of the camera, it's not happening now, and I've just had a run of about, well, 7 in about 10 or 15 minutes, and it keeps going under, does that. They're like lightning, those. John's had a couple of fish over there, Barry's had odd one. Well, I was just about to say, I feel like I'm just getting into a bit of a pattern, and then this has happened. Yes, I think they're smaller ones are going to go. So, chucking them out, it's just in front of where I'm actually fishing. Some's going beyond, obviously, but just trying to keep the fish closer to me. Yeah, this tiddlies, they've been absolutely smashing that float down. And now the camera's on, folks. It ain't happening. That's going to be a tiddler. It'll be those that are messing about with it. So I need to get that feed going in and get them eyed back. I've potted a few micros out on the 11 metre line with a few pellets, not many, just 1 or 2, and a bit of ground bait. Just like to put a little bit in to start with ground bait. Let's get a few more in this time. See if we can get those eyed feeding better. See if we can show you one of these eyed, folks. Yeah, that's normally gone. It did go, but again, I think it's those little ones. There's definitely tiddlers around it, because I could just tell then. Oh, you can't write it, can you, eh? Hoping to show you these eyed I've catching, and now all I'm getting is these tiny bloody roach. Goddamn things. I'll try a white maggot this time. Don't mind white at this time of year, folks. If I keep getting these little ones, I'll probably go onto my 11 metre line and just keep feeding down here and see if we can get them eyed to turn back and start feeding with confidence, because if you can start catching them quick. Like I say, I must have had 4 or 5 in space of about 3 or 4 minutes. I've had 7 in like 10. They just started to come on. I've been getting gudgeon and tiddly little roach. Now another little one, a gudgeon. Right, what we'll do, folks, we'll go have a look at that 11 metre line. I'll keep feeding that line and we'll come back to the eyed. And that's my plan, to keep alternating between them. I'd like to see some eyeds turn up on that line, some more. So we'll get onto the 11 metre line and we'll have a... and we'll come back to this one a little bit later on. Over there. Right, to keep feeding the short line maggot, I've had 3 or 4 puttings on this, and I've hooked into an F1, I think it is. Oh no, it looks like a skimmer. Oh, oh yeah, decent skimmer, isn't it? I've set it, I thought it was an F1. Must have a turbo engine in this skimmer. Oh, we're hoping to show you an F1 then, folks, and boy, are these fish freezing now. Woohoo! Not too bad, not too bad. A bit boring that. I thought I was going to show you a bloody F1. Right, we'll get back in. Soft pellet, 4mm soft pellet, dropping a few micros in. Keep feeding this line. Let's hope we get 1 or 2, folks. Right. I'm hoping this is an F1. What's it come off then? I thought it come off then, folks. There we got it that time. Thought he had to be an F1 this time, but for a second I did think it transformed back into a bream. Oh, then. Bloody hell. I've only got little hooks on today, folks. There we go. Let's have a look at him. Have a little look. Not the biggest. A nice little F1. Probably pound and a bit. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. 4mm pellet, dropping a few micros in. Just being patient and keep feeding this line and hope the mide turn up in swarms. Right, let me get off, my hook's caught down. Yeah, folks, I'm getting bites on this line on 4mm pellet, but I've lost 4. No reason. I've changed the hook because of what's been happening. And it's really frustrating because I'd be doing alright if I hadn't lost those 4. I just managed to hook into this. There's nothing wrong with hooks because I caught plenty on them last week, so I just think it's a case of the tiny little bites, they're F1s. I've said before, don't get too disappointed. You can lose loads of F1s. You have days where you're bagging them and everyone's days on, and days where they're just a bit of a mare. Is that a little common? And I've had bigger than this on as well. I don't think they were F1, I think it were carp. Yeah, the water's getting clearer. There we go. It's quite a long way down to water. Yeah, nice little common. Here we get that out. There we go, look. Nice. Nice. And we've not got a lot of weight. A few fish, but I haven't got a lot of weight. 8 to 10 pound or so. It should be up to at least 14 or 15. It's slow going. John's had a couple over there, so I'm guessing, and I've not seen much happening on Loco. You know, I've heard them saying, shall we get dominoes out and stuff, so this cold weather's made a bit of a change, I think, folks. So there's no point panicking, there's time for a little flurry. Let's just keep plugging away, be patient, and hope we get a few turn up, eh? I've come short, and I've literally been spooning them out for the last 10 minutes. They've really started feeding. But now I've turned this camera on, it's probably going to change. Typical, because that had gone by now. Missed it. And they really are competing for these maggots now. Because the last couple I've caught have really been spewing them out. Another bite there. But I haven't really had to be striking, they've been on. They've just been really going for it aggressive. Like that. And it's difficult to keep track of what weight I've got. Absolutely guessing, because some of them, like that's a decent one. It's got to be 5 or 6 ounce at least, you know. They're the size you're catching. And I've had some smaller ones. It's literally been in and out every sort of 30 seconds or so. They're competing nicely. I'm not chucking millions of maggots in, just keeping them going in regular. Hopefully just short of where I'm fishing. I don't want to be chasing them out. Refed that 11 metre line. Some micros. Oh, bumped off. Felt him. It's typical, isn't it? I've had a really good run, and now I've got this camera on, it's just stopped again. You don't believe me, folks, do you? Yeah. And he may be in his element here, won't he? He'd love it, he loves his iddies. Not big enough for him though, I don't think these. They're only baby ones. See, that's a smaller one. Well, we're keeping fish going in there. We've got ounces dropping in the net every 2 minutes. Well, every minute, should I say. Which is what we want. So while these are here, I might as well keep catching them. I'll probably have a little refeed out there. Because I was getting a few, but the skimmers turned up. And the F1s and carp moved on. And I'd have been happy if I'd have got the other 4 that I lost. Let's see if we can get one more while you're on. We won't. Throw some maggots in. Get just at the back of them. Let's see if he goes. There we go. That's how it's been. Oh, that's pretty aggressive, folks, isn't it? I mean, they ought to be shallow fishing really. Yes. Mighty indeed, eh? Mighty indeed. Right, we'll carry on doing this, because I'm sure you don't want to see me catching these all day like this. I'll give you some updates as we go along. There's a few changes to be made, I'm sure. This won't last forever. Over and out. Right, folks, a nice little run with them eyed. I did refeed out there on the 11 metres. Micros, bit of ground bait, a few little pieces of corn, just to see if we can get some better fish coming in. And I've had an F1 just hooked into this one. Oh, I thought you were going to come up then. I prefer to be catching these all day. And the tiddly little F1s. So they just bleeped off. So 4mm expander. There's about just short of 2 hours to go. I'm going to feed that margin down there. I'm not going to feed it like I would in summer, but I'm going to feed it fairly. Oh, what's happening there, you bloody thing? I'm going to feed it quite. Just get this undone. I'm going to feed the margin quite positive, but not ridiculous. I've got to feed it with corn and micros and a little bit of ground bait just to kick it off, but not a lot. I've not been on the feeder, I don't see point. I've not seen too many fish being caught on feeder. I'm getting bites pretty much everywhere I go. well, on these two lines, so I don't see point in wasting time on the feeder when I keep putting fish in the net like this. So it's steady away, not a big weight. I've got to be up to £20 or so. 2 hours to go. Just with a nice run of F1s and some better fish from margin. That's what I'm hoping. To get to that £40–50 mark if we can. You bloody thing. Missed it. Definitely an F1 bite, that. Got it dotted down. See if we can get one while the camera's on. I have had a few skimmers from out there as well. It's not going to go, is it? Oh, maybe that was a skimmer. That's an hide. Is it a gudgeon? No bloody thing. We don't want them, folks, do we? We don't want them. They're no good. Right, get back to you as we go along. Right, I'm still catching one or two of these hide. I fed the margin, had a quick look. There's about, what time is it? There's about 3/4 of an hour to go. That's foul looked actually. Took it on drop as well. The 11 metre line, I'll get one or two F1s and then it goes funny. You can't get a bite, and I've noticed that I haven't seen anybody apart from me in these three out of these three catch any fish, and it's only these that I can get. I don't know. It's definitely gone hard. Well, for me it has. Having said that, I have had, for this time of year, I think I've had quite a few fish. I'm up to, I think, it's hard to judge with them, I'm up to about £28. But it's hard to tell what you've had catching all these bloody hide. There we go. Oh yeah, bloody thing. Don't like it when my elastics come out like that. We'll just get a sec if no, we've got joy. There we go. So they've come back on these hide. Oh, god damn it. I've lost a lot of fish. I've lost a lot of good fish as well on that 11 metre line. Up pulls, and when my fish have been coming in, they're right on the edge of the lip, top lip. Just not quite in the meaty bit. And I've been lucky to get the ones I've got in. By the look of it, it's like crikey. Like I say, I've only got a little F1 pellet 18 on. No, sorry, 16. No, it's an 18, sorry please, 18, yeah. I was deciding whether to use a 16 or an 18. And I went for the 18. So what do you do, folks? Do you try and go some big ones, or do you keep banging these? Because the bowl, they've got to have caught carp in the bowl. That is carp area. So, you know, dilemmas. Hey. Right, so we'll keep catching one or two of these. I'm going to have a look in the margin and I'll see if I can nick a couple more F1s out there. So we're struggling to get that £40–50 mark. I think. Can I catch £10 of them? If I had a couple of carp out at margin, I would. But there you go, folks. tried swinging them in, folks, and they fall off with them little hooks. It's not a swinging hook, I don't think, this one. I've tried it a couple of times and they just fall off, especially when they start wriggling. Right, over and out. Right, folks, there's about 20 minutes left. I've just gone into my margin here. I've just had a skimmer out of it on corn. It took it before it even settled. Just missed a bite, looked like an F1 bite. John's just lasted like a 4 or 5 pound carp over there. It started going a bit funny with the hide again, so I'm just resting that. Keep feeding it. I'm going to have a quick, I've just put some bait at 11 metres. I'm going to see if I can pick a couple of F1s up from out there. Just stop my weight up. I think I've got about 30 pound-ish or so. I've no idea how anybody else is getting on. It looks like most of these here have struggled in here. So, folks, I'll not be putting it back on. We shall see you at the weigh-in. Right then, you lovely people. Here we go, here we go. Well, what a day that's been. Beaches, Lindholme lakes. It's getting boggy now, a bit difficult for lads, to be honest with you. I've drawn peg 41. It's an end peg. I've never really thought what to think of this little bit here. So I just kept it as simple as I could. I know there's hide in here. I know there's a few skimmers and roach and bits and bobs and F1s. I do know the bowl, the big area, is usually the area for carp. So I thought I'd be up against them lot, and I do apologise if the light's running, because it is, as you can see, it's miserable, running out of light. I've got to keep open and close the door because they're driving up and down. So I decided on a top 3 and a short kit for the hide feed by hand. I know you saw me with feeder at the beginning, but with waiting for people, I was late getting to me peg and late getting ready. And the other one was an 11 metre line. I did set the feeder up just in case I fancied a change, and a margin rig, but I kept away. It didn't go tight to the margin. It's been cold. Them fish are freezing. I had one bite. Oh, sorry, I had 2 bites on there. I had a skimmer front margin. It never really turned up, but there's not a lot of people caught too many hide at all, or carp. There's been an handful of carp, and that's it caught today. I thought £50 would probably win the day. It has fished particularly hard, but I've had a lovely day. Not massive fish, not a lot of weight, but I've been busy, and a couple of little decisions that I made. I had another go in the margin. I spent a little bit too long on the 11 metre line. I actually took the feeder out for 5 or 10 minutes while I had my sandwich because I was starving. You've got to do that, folks. I mean, if it were a big match, no, I wouldn't, but in this, I did. I probably wasted about 20 minutes, and I caught 4 hide in the last 3 minutes for around about £1. You know where I'm coming, folks, don't you? Just to give you an idea. Probably when they were having it, don't get me wrong, they didn't stay all day. They turn up for 15 minutes or so. You get an handful, well, a bag full, and then you'd end up with tiddlers. Once the maggots started dropping down and went to the bottom, you got gudgeon and tiddlers. And then you change lines, refeed it, and they come back again. So that's been how my day's been today. So it's been maggot and soft pellet on there for me. I did have a bait change on the 11 metre corn. I did get an F1, 2 F1s, and I'd done micros, ground bait and corn in the margin without any success really. So let's get on to the results, folks. Let's get on to the results. And your section, when it's getting dark, I can't see them, we've got Mick Smith again. Lucky number 7, Peg 7, wins his section with £23. Your other section winner, Mr. Consistent, Bob Huntington with £22.12. So what a pair of mighty fishermen you are. Well done, lads. In third place, Simon Hudson from Peg 6 with £23.6. So well done, Simon. What a mighty fisherman you are. In second place with £37 and 9 ounces, me. Damn it. From Peg 41, lots of fishies. Did I put the picture up for you? Lots of fishies. Had a lovely day, to be honest with you, and I'm sure I could have had a few more. I'm sure I left a few out there, to be honest. And in first place, it's just incredible. From Peg 17, his fish caster. All day, I've been told, and he's caught lots of hide, skimmers and some F1s, and he's coming with £39 and 4 ounces. 10 minutes to them hide, I could have beat that. Ah, damn it. But no, I'm not knocking him. Mr. Incredible, you are this week's, oh boys, mightiest fisherman. Well done, Sam. I'm chuffed for you. He was knackered when he walked back round, bless him. But no, he's done well there. Lots of fishers. I've enjoyed it. What I will say, if you fancy him coming here on beaches, and I will be having a word with Aaron about it, watch the platforms, folks. They are dangerous. Not all of them, because some have got like grates on. The one I was on today, it was like an ice rink. It had a slope on it. A couple of lads have gone down. Be careful, that's all I will say. I'm not slagging the lake off. It's full of fish. The complex, you know, I absolutely love it. But I will be ringing Aaron to make him aware of that. They're constantly doing work on this venue, so it's not something that gets neglected, folks. I'm sure we'll have a word. It'll be sorted. So if you do come down in the next few weeks, just be careful. If it's a dry day, no problem. Had a bit of rain, they are a bit slippy, so just be careful, folks. That's all I'm saying. Right, lots of fishing there. In the summer, even in winter, the big cats we caught in that bowl, they've just not shown today. So I hope you've enjoyed the insights to beaches at Lindholme Lakes. Where are we next? Not sure. I may be fishing in the Carper on Sunday. Oh boys, I've not booked anything yet, so hope you've enjoyed it today. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget, it's absolutely free to subscribe to my channel. If you click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So until next time, folks, take care. Don't forget, fish on.